Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we break down everything you need to know about freight logistics, trucking compliance, and dispatching best practices. In today's video, we'll be talking about something every trucker and dispatcher should understand: the exceptions and requirements for ELDs and paper logs in freight logistics. So, if you're a driver, carrier, or dispatcher trying to stay compliant with FMCSA regulations, this one's for you. Let's dive in.
Let's start with the basics. An ELD, or electronic logging device, is a digital system that automatically records a driver's hours of service, often called HOS. It tracks things like driving time, engine hours, vehicle movement, and location data. The goal of the ELD mandate introduced by the FMCSA is to improve road safety, reduce driver fatigue, and make record-keeping more accurate.
Simply put, if you operate a commercial motor vehicle that requires you to maintain rods, that's your record of duty status. You're generally required to use an ELD. Now, according to FMCSA regulations, the ELD rule applies to most drivers who maintain rods under the hours of service rules. Here are the core requirements. 1. The ELD must be registered with the FMCSA and meet technical specifications. 2. Drivers must log in and record their duty status: driving, on duty, off duty, or sleeper berth. 3. Drivers are required to certify their logs daily. 4. Carriers must retain records for at least 6 months. 5. Both driver and carrier must provide ELD data during roadside inspections if requested. So that's the compliance part, but as with most rules, there are exceptions. Let's explore those next. Believe it or not every driver is required to use an ELD. There are specific exceptions where drivers can still use paper logs or time cards.
One short-haul exemption: drivers who operate within a 100 to 150 air-mile radius and return to their work reporting location within 14 hours are not required to use an ELD. Driver must start and end the trips at the same location. They can use time records instead. 2. Drive-away, tow-away operations. If the vehicle being driven is part of the shipment, like when transporting an empty truck from one location to another during sales, or tow away drivers of broken trucks for repairs, no ELD is required. 3. Pre-2000 model vehicles. Trucks with engines manufactured before the year 2000 are exempt since they lack the electronic engine control modules, ECMs, needed for ELDs. 4. Temporary rods users. Drivers who maintain rods for 8 days or fewer within a 30-day period don't need an ELD. They can use paper logs instead. 5. Agricultural operations. This covers agricultural farm vehicle, drivers who transport agricultural commodities, machineries, or supplies to or from a farm. 6. Rental vehicle. Driver of vehicle rented under the terms of rental agreement. Ties, right days or less in duration are allowed to use paper log. However, the rental agreement must be in the vehicle and must show the terms of the rental in right day or less. 7. Special drivers. Drivers granted exceptions. Example: drivers transporting livestock. Driver employed to transport passengers and properties to and from motion pictures, theaters, or television production sites.
So if you fall under any of these categories, you're allowed to use paper logs, but you still have to maintain accurate records of your hours.
Even for ELD users, there are times when paper logs are temporarily permitted. For instance, if the ELD malfunctions and can't record data, drivers can switch to paper logs for up to 8 days while repairs are made. During technical issues like system errors, power loss, or connectivity failure, paper logs serve as a backup.
However, drivers must report ELD malfunctions to their carrier within 24 hours, and carriers must get it fixed quickly to stay compliant.
A few common mistakes that get drivers in trouble include failing to log changes in duty status, not certifying daily logs, using non-compliant ELD devices, or not keeping supporting documents like fuel receipts or dispatch records.
Remember, even small logging errors can lead to violations during FMCSA audits, and those fines can add up fast.
To wrap it up, most commercial drivers must use an ELD to record HOS. Especially commercial motor vehicles that are over 10,000 pounds transport more than 8 passengers for a pay or transport Hamza. A commercial driver who is required to keep records of duty status must use ELD. All ELD must be certified and registered device that meets specific performance and design standard. Exceptions apply to short-haul, pre-2000 vehicles, drive-away, tow-away operations, and occasional RODS users. Paper logs are only allowed temporarily for malfunctions or exemptions.
Staying compliant protects you from fines and helps maintain operational efficiency and safety. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more trucking and logistics insights, and don't forget to share this video with your dispatch or driver team.